Federal Reserve System. These broadcasts are not currently heard in South Florida, and according to Roger Skinner, station manager, we expect a lot of people will soon be talking about what they heard on WSAP. Boy, that's an understatement. The hour of the time is liable to get them thrown out of Florida. But this is great, folks. All of you people who are living in Florida now, you don't have to stay up till midnight and tune in to a staticky shortwave. If you have one of these cable services, or if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area or near Fort Lauderdale where you can receive their 70,000-watt SAP transmission, you can just go down to Radio Shack and hook a UHF loop antenna on the outside of your TV set and pick us up loud and clear. And, folks, this is just the beginning, because I have something else to tell you. Beginning next week, we're also going to be live on satellite, and we'll be live on WWCR from that point on. Now, on WSAP in Florida, those will be taped shows. We will not be live. But we will be live on satellite, and WWCR will be picking us off satellite live and rebroadcasting Monday through Friday night at our regular time. So that also is great news. The satellite is SpaceNet 3. For those of you that have a satellite dish, you can receive us in brilliant digital sound off of SpaceNet 3, channel 21. I believe it's 5.8 audio, but you can get that out of OnSat. Just look for Let's Talk Radio Network. It's Let's Talk Radio Network. It'll be the same time that you've been listening to us on WWCR shortwave, and we will still be on WWCR shortwave. The only difference is we'll be live. We'll be taped in Florida. So even though you may be listening to a program that takes in live calls in Florida, you will not be able to call, because you will actually be listening to a taped program of a previous program or whatever. So that's great news, folks. Remember, we're starting on WSAP last night in Florida. Last night. We're already on the air there. And we're starting next week on satellite, SpaceNet 3, channel 21, and I believe it's 5.8 audio. If we're not on 5.8, just go up and down the audio scale until you find us, or you can just look it up in OnSat magazine. So that's all the great news, folks, and I hope you're just as happy as I am, because I'm tickled pink. I'm so happy I don't know what to do with myself, and it's going to keep me very busy. Of course, expenses are going way up. Our sponsor is picking up the cost of the satellite and the airtime, but we're having to purchase an awful lot of expensive equipment, so we'll be able to take your calls on the air live. We're not going to do it all the time, but we are going to do it. And we need your help, folks. We need donations to pay for all this equipment. We need $1,000 to pay for what's called a compressor. Now, I don't really know what that means, but in order to take phone calls and in order to send this broadcast live to the satellite uplink station, we need something that's called a compressor, and that costs $1,000. It's $900 and something is the actual price. So we need donations. We need to purchase that piece of equipment. We need to purchase we need to purchase a whole bunch of stuff. Altogether, it's going to cost us right around a little over $5,000. We will appreciate your contributions. All your contributions will go to pay for equipment only. So please, folks, sit down and write out a check or send us a money order. Or if you want to send cash, that's okay too. Just make sure it's wrapped up good so the postal people can't hold it up to the light and see that there's cash in your envelope. Please help us out. If you enjoy this show, if you'd like us to be on live and be able to take your calls, then we need donations. We cannot afford this equipment. So please, write out a check or money order in whatever amount you can afford to donate and send it to me, William Cooper. Make your checks and money orders out to William Cooper. Send them to me, and the money will go to pay for this new equipment that we need. And I'm going to thank you in advance, because I know that a lot of you are going to send your contributions. And some of you I know from past will send some substantial contributions. Anything that's left over will go into a fund for future purchases of equipment and things that we may need. We're looking to maybe get into a television and get that up on satellite and downlink to a lot of independent stations across the nation. So, folks, please, please reach deep down into your pockets. Send us as much as you can possibly afford so that we can begin to do this. We've got a lot of sheeple out there we've got to wake up. We have a lot of good people we must empower, and we've got to, together, save freedom for this whole world, not just for this country, but for the world. All of us working together. Make the hour of the time sort of a central focal point. Now I want to read to you an article under my view in the commentary section of my favorite magazine. Some of you already know what magazine this is because I've talked about it an awful lot on the hour of the time. It's Backwoods Home Magazine, edited and published by my good friend Dave Duffy up in Ashland, Oregon. It's a practical journal of self-reliance. Did you hear what I said? It's a practical journal of self-reliance. Self-reliance. It's called Backwoods Home Magazine. This just came in the mail. I just got this out of my mailbox yesterday. The September-October 1993 edition number 23. And I'm going to tell you how you can subscribe to this magazine. So write this down right now, folks. All you've got to do is call this number, area code 503-488-2053. That's area code 503-488-2053. Now let me tell you some of the articles that are in this issue. Of course, there's notes from the publisher, letters, and editorial, which I'm going to read to you, called No Ideology, No Agenda. Recipes, book reviews. In this book review section, they're reviewing a book called Wild Game Cookbook, An American Game Cooking. Under magazine review, they review the American Spectator. Just for kids, how kids can grow a backwoods kitchen garden. Laboratory water test offer. You can get your water tested real cheap through Backwoods Home Magazine, much less than it would cost you to do it on your own, and you'll know exactly what you're drinking. There's an index of previous issues. They have some books for sale, a reader survey, subscription information, classified advertising. In this issue, they have building tools and housing, trusses, low-cost marbles to roof over most large spaces. Tells you exactly how to do it from start to finish. Under alternative energy, solar panel testing and repair. If you have solar panels in your house or your home, this tells you how to test and repair those panels completely in this issue. They don't do partial articles or get you interested in something and then leave you hanging. Under self-sufficiency, food and guns, harvesting from nature, slaughtering and butchering, prepare your rifle before deer season, harvesting the black-tailed deer, nuclear superstition. Under money, planning to make a living in the country. Saving is the first step to an independent country life. Under farm and garden, here's a step-by-step guide to wholesome, safe canning. Annie and I learned how to can from Backwoods Home Magazine over a year ago. And believe me, it has certainly helped us lower our food bills. Americana and Society, they have a complete article on the history of the Oregon Trail and another article reliving the Oregon Trail. This magazine, folks, is the most fantastic magazine I've ever seen. It is my favorite magazine above all others. I can't wait for it to come in the mail. Call Dave Duffy and subscribe to this magazine now. It's area code 503-488-2053. 503-488-2053. I'll repeat it later in the program. And tell them that you heard about Backwoods Magazine on the hour of the time. This is not a commercial, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Backwoods Home doesn't even know I'm doing this. Dave Duffy doesn't even know I'm doing this tonight. Okay? I'm doing this because I believe in this magazine. I believe it should be in every home in America. Every home in America. Area code 503-488-2053. Tell Dave Duffy you heard it on the hour of the time and ask him if you can still get the $2 off the subscription rate. In any case, whether you pay the full subscription or get the $2 off, it doesn't make any difference. This magazine is worth every single penny, folks. So all you got to do is call that number. They will start your subscription right away, and they'll send you a bill. You don't even have to send the money first. That's the kind of person Dave Duffy is, and that's just one of the reasons why he's my good friend. Okay, let me read this article to you. This article is